Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are back here, back on the grass with some soccer between the Haddon Township Hawks and your Sterling Silver Knights. Big game here. The current conditions, it is absolutely beautiful outside today. 69 degrees, winds going at around 11 miles per hour, humidity quite low at 32%, and it's sunny. The clouds have went away, and sunshine is on the castle today. So in the Colonial Liberty Conference, Sterling is 4-1, 5-4-3 overall. Haddon Heights, 2-1-1 in the conference, 4-3-1 overall. West Stepford 3-2 in the conference, 7-4 overall. Haddon Township is 2-2 and 1 in the conference, 7-2-1 overall. Haddonfield is 1-3 in the conference, 3-7 overall, and Lindenwold Lions are at the bottom, 1-4 in the conference and 5-1 overall. Since 2010, Haddon Township leads the series 7-4. Sterling has won the last 2 games. Haddon Township last win in September 2023, and Haddon Township has won 4 of the last 6. Sterling outscoring opponents this year 21-14. Haddon Township outscoring opponents by a much larger deficit, 23-8. In the first meeting, Sterling won 2-1 in double overtime. Jason Camardo scored to win it. Connor Maynor scored the first one for the team, and Quentin Rosano assisted on both goals. That was probably the first game of the season for the team. Andrew Santiago scored for Haddon Township. Gabe Chatton got the assist. Travis Schmid had 5 saves, and Colin Feely had 9 saves. So taking a look at some of the statistics for the season, the sophomore Connor Maynor leading the way for the Silver Knights, 14.6 goals, 2 assists. Jason Camardo, who's seen limited time the past couple of games, 7 points, 3 goals, 1 assist. Anthony Ortiz, 7 points, 3 goals, 1 assist. Quentin Rosano, 7 points, 1 goal, 5 assists. Jesus Blanco with 6 points, 3 goals, and no assists. Carson Wiley with 5 points, 2 goals, 1 assist. Pat Carroll with 3 points, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Travis Schmid, the Brick Wall, his nickname, 10 games played and 62 saves. So taking a look at Haddon Township, Iman Sheeman with 14 points, 6 goals, 2 assists. Gabe Chatton with 10 points, 3 goals, 4 assists. Brody Beals with 8 points, 4 goals, no assists. Owen Lamba with 7 points, 2 goals, 2 assists. And Bobby McIlvain, the son of Mr. McIlvain, who works here at Sterling High School, with 6 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists. And in net, Colin Feely with 10 games played and 111 saves. So Sterling has gotten cold in these past couple of games. Meanwhile, Haddon Township has won their last 7, and I'm joined here with Max Zubak. Max, what are your thoughts about the game today?
Like you had just said, they have 7 games there. It's very important to focus in on that if you're Sterling throughout the week, preparing, because they've been such a hot team. And as we know from many other sports going around, hot teams tend to get the wins early, bring out early leads, and just kind of keep it there. And I think that if Sterling isn't able to get, strike the iron hot quickly, take advantage of the players that are back from injury.
So there's Coach Hansukin. Done a great job with this Township team this year. 7-2-1. They've won their last 7. So definitely an impressive run for Haddon Township. And I mean, Max, in Sterling's part, they've been rather cold recently.
Yeah, granted, I do think players that have been out kind of, tailored not to their favor, but they don't have that excuse anymore. They've got everyone pretty much healthy. So if they can't perform how they were prior to those today, obviously Township is a great team, but Sterling was doing just as well prior to those. So I think if they can't return to form here today, it might be an indicator of how the rest of the season goes, just because it might show the true colors, which might have been revealed the past couple of weeks, or it might have just been a couple of fluke losses and draws. That's the hope if you're Marley's coaching over there, because he's had a good system pretty consistently, and it was starting off real hot. It just kind of slowly cooled off, and it wasn't able to stay there. I think you got to return to the form that they had right off the bat, and they can beat a team like the Hawks have.
And as you mentioned, Max, definitely Sterling's been riddled with injuries. Bright John and Jason Camardo both have been injured or limited since the Haddon Heights game on September 17th. Anthony Ortiz was out last game against, I think it was Burlington Township, where Sterling unfortunately fell 1-0. And Max Bleem has been limited for the past couple of games with a bunch of different issues, but everyone seems to be active today. But definitely, most importantly, Bright John and Jason Camardo finally coming back to the lineup. Camardo, I spoke with a couple of the players earlier, and Marley's is a little limited today, but we will see him in action, and Bright John is back to full health. So definitely feels good to have the full-strength Sterling team back. And it also feels good to be back broadcasting some boys soccer.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's the one I've been looking forward to. It's one of my favorite sports, to just be able to watch, because it's such an art of a game. going the back and forth. It's not like how basketball is where it's rapid. It's very, build-up based, and I think that's what makes it so interesting, especially when you're here having to, narrate over it for the people watching, because it's hard to tell exactly what everyone's mindset is going into it. You kind of have to learn throughout every single moment of every single game.
So, Max, you mentioned, Haddon Township and how important it is to be hot and to be ready. The 7-game win streak that they're on has been impeccable. But you also have to definitely admit that Sterling is a little hungry. And, looking at some of these PowerPoints for South Jersey Group 1, one of the teams you don't see is the Sterling Knights. You see Shalleck up top, Palmyra up top for, this is Group 1, Audubon up top there. Haddon Township in 4th. Woodstown, Riverside, Wildwood, Mapleshade, Pittman, Glassboro, Pennsgrove, Gateway, Pennsville, Clayton, and obviously the rest at the bottom. And then you look at Group 2 here, West Effort, Collingswood, Lindenwold, Haddon Heights, Middle Township, Sterling, Manchester Township, Seneca, Haddonfield, Pleasantville. Oh, can't even try and say that one. I'm sure Kay's going to translate it for me in the truck. Pensacola, Barnegat, I'm pretty sure. Barnegat, all right, cool. Lower Cape May, Overbrook, Cedar Creek, and Medford Tech. So, Sterling was in Group 2 in those PowerPoints. My fault, everyone. But as I was saying, Max, I think, coming into this, Haddon Township definitely the hotter team. But do you think that they're the hungrier team?
Granted, they've just kept going back to the buffet week after week.
Yeah.
It's been game after game where they have full plates and they clean it every time. Sterling's kind of left half the meal on the plate recently, and I think they got to finish what they've got there before they can get to the desserts of winning. And that is what they haven't really been focused on. They've gotten off to good starts, and they just haven't really fulfilled any wins, like pointing to Triton. Obviously, they had a good lead, ended up getting drawn 1-1. It isn't the result they wanted. And it's been a lot of that. They couldn't get what they wanted out of the games they've been playing. So I think Sterling's definitely a hungrier team. But, in order to, satiate hunger, you got to cook, and you need heat for that, which is exactly what Township's got going on.
So their last win came on the 1st of October against Woodbury. But besides that, their last win before that one was September 11th. So they have since went loss, tie, loss, win, tie, loss. So Sterling has really fallen into a hole with missing some of their bigger players, missing one of their team captains in Jason Camardo, who will be getting the start here up top with Weitzel and Maynard to the sides. Rosano, Wiley, and Blanco in the midfield, and the defensive line looks like Bleem, Ortiz, Collins, and John. So this looks like the more familiar team that we have known to love, and it feels good to see a lot of these guys back out there for one of the first times probably since the 17th of September. So the opening whistle and the kickoff. Working in the defensive line, the Knights, they like to slowly progress their way up. Well read there by Huber. And he kicks it up. Blanco trying to cross. Bright John getting one of his first touches of the game, gets it over to Weitzel. A nice slide play there from Huber, but John keeps going. Bright John definitely has a little bit of rust on the wheels there, as we know him to be the speedy defender. A nice body there. That's Jack McGarrigle. So Bright John playing up. Definitely trying to, I guess you could say, grease the wheels, being back his first game since the 17th of September, seeing limited time. And he was telling me earlier, Max, that he is hungry to get some action. He is ready to play today. And, I think that's something that you really want from such a veteran presence like Bright John.
Yeah, obviously the younger players are going to be hungry no matter what because they want to prove themselves. You got the seniors hungry. That means they're feeling the energy. They're feeling as though they really need to pick it back up. And especially from Bright John's perspective, where he was out for about a month. And now he's coming back. He really wants to be involved in a team that's winning, and I think he can be that difference maker so long as, not played around him, but he plays, as he was. And you were talking about kind of try to grease the wheels up. I'm starting to think it's kind of like he's going to start this game like when you're careful when your car gets a new paint job. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really be careful. Like, don't scratch this. Don't mess yourself up because he was already a little banged up. He's just, he's buffed the doors out. He's got everything. He's got to really play it safe and then build back up to where he was early in the season.
So Blanco takes it, trying to dribble in his defensive end, gets it taken away, gets it over towards Wiley. Camardo, the first one to meet, along with defender Lamba. Big physical play there from Wiley, and he's going to get whistled for that one. That hit was on Sheehan. So Wiley getting physical early in this contest, about 2 minutes and 10 seconds into this first half. A free kick here for Haddon Township. Looks like McIlvain's going to be the one to take it.
I would love joining the turn and receive it.
McIlvain raises the arms, sends it in, gets it to that far post. Really nicely hit, but a nice play there from Travis Schmid to keep that one out of the net. A nice shot from McIlvain, but a better save. This game stays 0-0.
I mean, the brick wall. You know, it's what it is. It's what we call him for a reason, because he shows that every time he's out there playing in the net, he's that good at just being, you know, that height presence and being able to take up as much space as you can in the net. And I think that's why he has saved less goals, though, because I think it's such an imposing, you know, to shoot at someone that good.
And here comes Weitzel. He takes a shot, trying to get it to that far post. Intercepted there by Haddon Township. It's a nice play by McGarrigle.
Well, it's a nice, quick touch to get it, you know, out of harm's way, and they get a goal kick from it.
Yeah, that was a great play there from McGarrigle. Weitzel, the sophomore, speedy on this outside, trying to set up an opportunity early here for the Knights, but cannot prevail. So last game, as we mentioned, went into double overtime. Jason Camardo scored the game-winning goal in the first game of the season for the Knights. Was an absolute nail-biter till the very end. But Sterling prevailed, and now we're back here at the home stadium for the Knights, the big field that we talk about all the time. So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams adjust their game plans against one another for this game.
You know, the thing I think most teams get imposed with a larger field is like, well, we're not used to this. I think Township is a team with just such composure and, you know, such confidence that they're like, we don't care how large the field is we're playing on. We're going to score and we're going to convincingly win, because that's what we've done the past 7 times out on a soccer field. And if you don't play it right, it's going to turn to 8.
So Haddon Township plays on one of the smaller fields in the league, one of the smallest in fact. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust to such a big field like Sterling's, who, on the other hand, is one of the biggest in the league. But nevertheless, here comes Collins ready to kick this one away. Collins has been one of the stagnant defenders, hasn't gotten hurt this season. I think has started every game. So the Iron Man here for the Knights tries to get it over towards Ortiz. Gets it over towards Bleem. Bleem dribbling up the midfield. Gets pressured, gets it back towards Blanco. Blanco getting pressured from behind, so he's to think smartly. Kicks it forward towards Camardo. Camardo touches it, looking for Connor Maynor. The goalie comes out, and he falls on top of it. That's a good play there from Colin Feely.
It's a good play by Feely. However, it was really good press to try and get the shot off there. It just wasn't meant to be. As, you know, the first attempt to dive on it, the ball's a little loose, doesn't have full possession. He tries to boot it into the net, but regardless, Feely gets the hands on it and they stay there.
Carson Wiley kicks it forward, trying to get it past this Township defender. Nice slide tackle there. Connor Maynor tries to advance, gets pressured by 2 defenders, and it goes the other way. So now John on the side, pressuring against McIlvain. Nice defensive play there from Bright. And John's going to take it the other way. He tries to get it up towards Camardo. Camardo gets intercepted there by Sales. And this one hit forward to the outside. A nice ball there, and a nice defensive play there from Max Bleem.
You know, I mean, that's the pass from Bright that gets intercepted there to give Township a chance. It's, again, the same thing as trying to, get the wheels back on the vehicle to get going. And, obviously you're only 6 minutes into the first half. You're going to make mistakes, your first start back from an injury fully healthy from that. I think there's not, much blame to put on there other than just, as the game progresses, find your form. That's got to be the game plan, especially for this back line, because Bright's just such a big, important part of it.
So McIlvain's cross gets caught by Schmid. A nice play there from the senior keeper. Not nicknamed. I'd say there's a lot of brick walls in Sterling, but he's one that has really, pioneered for this Sterling team, has always been consistent. And, such a joy to watch him play at all times. Multi-talented athlete, as we all know. Basketball player along with soccer goalkeeper. Ortiz kicks this one up. maybe looking for Wiley. It seeps past towards Rosano, but intercepted by Haddon Township, so they're going to move it forward. McIlvain has it on this close side. A nice play on Collins, but Blanco's there to pick up the dirty work. And Blanco sends it the other way, looking for Connor Maynard. Maynard gets a rough touch on it and is met by Lamba, and he sends it the other way.
I mean, long passes like those are going to be the hardest, to really stop, especially in the middle of play. If that's something off of like a free kick or even like the crosses from out on the edge of the box to inside, those are when it gets, while the pressure's there, it's a little easier to find it. You're just not going to expect really, can't be super confident in great results from super long passes from the middle to the edge.
So a nice touch to Maynard, gets it over towards Weitzel. Weitzel makes a nice move, but intercepted by Haddon Township, and they clear it out. So great defense there from Haddon Township as they stop Ethan Weitzel once again, and now McIlvain's going to go the other way. Almost makes John fall, sends it the other way towards Sheehan. A nice ball to the outside, met quickly by Ortiz, and Ortiz is trying to kick it away, and he does. So good defense there by Ortiz, stops Brody Beals from progressing forward. And now here comes a throw in here for Haddon Township. Looks like it's going to be Owen Lamba going to be the one to take it for the Hawks.
I think, coming off of a throw-in this close to the other side, it's very important to try to do the best defense you can, stack the box.
And that's exactly what they just did. Yeah, it was a great job there from the Knights. John meets him on the outside. John, with his blazing speed, makes a nice defensive play to get that one out.
Those clearances that give them just another opportunity, throw in or, just like corners, those are the ones that, while they halt the play, they stop the momentum, they're still in good position to pick it right back up again. So while it's a quick breath, you can't, take, full rest off of things like that.
So McIlvain misses that one, and this one's going to go to the other way for the Knights. John throws this one in looking for Rosano. Rosano gets two on him. A throw in here for the Knights. So Weitzel's going to be the one to throw it in here for the Knights. Oh, no, excuse me, it'll be Bright John. John's looking forward. Winds and throws, looking for Rosano. But a nice play there from Joseph Sheehan against Rosano. Bright John moves up, does a little spinorama, tries to get it to the outside towards Bleem. Bleem meets the ball, and Bleem has some green grass ahead of him. Bleem moving it up, trying to cross it in, doesn't get Wiley, and now Township going the other way. Gabe Chatton, the one taking it, gets it over towards McIlvain. McIlvain tries to put a move on Blanco. Good defense for a second there, but now McIlvain goes the other way. The Hawks trying to turn the field, gets double teamed there, and a turnover, and kicked up by the Knights. Joseph Sheehan trying to kick it towards McIlvain. He gets it over to the outside. Now some room to run for the other Sheehan. Here comes a shot opportunity for the Hawks, and a nice save there from Travis Schmid. Sterling's defense broke down, but Travis Schmid stays up and keeps this game at a stagnant 0-0.
I was starting to think that might have been an offside they didn't call there, which was, obviously the call is the call and it stands how it is, but I thought that was a bit of an obvious one.
So Sterling trying to turn the tide, get some offense in this game. Nice defense there from Sheehan. On the outside, battling with Wiley. And Wiley wins the battle. That was a great play there from Carson Wiley. And he kicks it forward towards Camardo. Camardo has the ball on his feet for one of the first times in this game, trying to move his way past the defender. Camardo stops, trying to survey his options. And he goes behind. Camardo trying to cross it towards the middle, gets, roughed up on that outside there, and that's going to be a whistle. So great play there from Camardo. McGarrigle gets the foul. It's going to be a free kick opportunity here for the Knights.
Yeah, wrong football there, a little too much contact. Gets some solid opportunity, and obviously Camardo was another one of those players that great presence while he's out there. When he wasn't out there, it was a lot of toughness, going through, like, we don't have one of our, our most experienced leaders, and he's going to make a lot of differences now that he's back.
So Weitzel ready to kick this one in here for the Knights. He crosses it towards the middle, a bit of a low cross, kind of bobbled up in the air. A nice play there from Feely to keep that one out. So an opportunity for the Knights does not prevail. Stays 0-0.
I think that was just good defending of the set piece from Township there. They had someone attack the ball, and they had it go right to their own keeper. Could have been an own goal with the wrong coordination, but, I mean, there's a reason they've got the win streak they have. They've got good enough communication to keep things like that rolling.
So a nice kick by Feely finds McElvain. McElvain has a minute to make a decision. Tries to kick it deep for number 18, Drew Groff, but quickly collected by Schmid. But a nice ball by McElvain nevertheless. 2 substitutions coming in here for both teams. First for the Hawks, Andres Santiago and Max Radley. And for the Knights, it's going to be Jason Hoffman and Wesley Reich, the 2 sophomores, probably going on that defensive side. So now moving up is Blanco, quickly met by Chatton. He pushes past Bleem, but tries to get it to his teammate, and teammate gets past Blanco. Can't really see from here on who that was, but a foul called on Anthony Ortiz, so a free kick coming here for the Hawks.
It's a good approach for sure from the Hawks, and just decent defensive effort, but just, a shove's a shove, it's going to get called.
Yeah, he gets Beals on that one, the freshman forward / midfielder, who has 4 goals and 8 points in the season so far. Getting some varsity minutes on this very talented Hawks lineup. So a free kick coming here for the Hawks. About 13 minutes and 50 seconds into this first half, unofficially. Kick goes in, and a nice save there from Travis Schmid. A powerful kick, does not go into the brick wall, stands strong. But what a kick, nevertheless.
It's not the exact lyrics verbatim, but it's a bit Pink Floyd-y. All in all, just another shot at the wall. It really isn't going to go anywhere. While we talk about the presence he has in the net, it also is just a matter of, like you said, athleticism, multi-sport athlete. He is very good at, figuring out when he has to go that extra mile to get the ball going. Those jumps, those dives that he does. And you can see it here as the shot comes in. Comes out pretty quick, and he's able to decide, okay, got to do a little bit of a hop here. Gets the hands up. Great effort by Schmid in the net.
Yeah, an amazing save by Travis Schmid as here comes another corner kick for McElvain. Haddon Township stacking the box. 1 man right outside and 2 defenders up top. Ready to kick this one towards that far post. Met by Ortiz, and a nice defensive play there from the Knights, and Blanco kicks it up towards Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor has some green grass, but approached by lots of Hawk defenders. Maynor continuing to push up this long field. Intercepted there by McGarrigle. And that one's hit out by Maynor, so McGarrigle wins that battle.
I mean, definitely was a great play to off the other team's corner, go on a very quick counterattack. Just didn't work out on the sideline. And I feel like that's where plays like that kind of falter when they're done like that. They need one more person there. So in situations like that, you have someone in the middle to catch them off guard. It just wasn't, designed that way in the moment, and it led to another opportunity for Township, which they've already given away.
So a nice pass there from Reich, Rosano to Blanco. Blanco back to Collins. Sterling trying to reset and get some offense. Collins kicks it up towards Wiley. This one intercepted by Sheehan. Nice kick there from Beals. Little dribble to himself. Collins trying to clear, hits off of Ortiz, and Schmid comes. And Sterling gets to take a breather.
I mean, you take a breather after a possible, mistake that leads to an own goal there. This is not very coordinated. Schmid's obviously there to make sure that as the damage control for things like that. But if that's an occurrence that's going to be going on, it's going to be pretty rough starting out this game.
So a bit of a shove from Bradley in the midfield. The senior gets caught. Going to be a free kick here for the Knights. Still has had little to no offense so far in this game. About 16 minutes and 40 seconds into this first half unofficially. Both hands go up, and the kick goes in. A nice kick there from Ortiz. Tries to get the head of Connor Maynor. And now the Hawks are going to push the other way. On that far side, Beals is met by Bleem. Bleem kicks it forward, but no one home. And now Hoffman having to play some defense on Sheehan. The Hawks progressing up the field. Sheehan kicks it forward, looking for someone in the middle. Collins there to intercept it. He kicks it backwards. And that's going to be a corner kick here for the Hawks. So Sterling's defense looking a little discombobulated so far, making some decisions that they had a little bit more time to make.
Yeah, I think Collins definitely had a chance to, especially there, obviously off a volley, so it's a little harder, to just try and play it back to Schmid. As you see, he kind of kicks it high, trying to go for like some type of cross over to Hoffman, who's right next to him. Just get it to Schmid. He's going to be open in the net to scoop up, hold on to it till he thinks he's ready. But you lead the corners, obviously the result wasn't great there for Township, but still.
And you can follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19, where we will have pictures of our beautiful faces here on Tech Road and pictures of stuff happening around the castle. So make sure you go, guys, go follow us at SterlingTV19. So back to the game here. Wiley controls it, gets it back towards Ortiz. Ortiz surveying the field, kicking it forward for Weitzel. Weitzel with a nice touch forward. Met quickly by a Hawk, and this one sent forward towards Rosano. A defender trips. Rosano cannot capitalize off the opportunity, and it's going the other way for the Hawks, but now Weitzel intercepts. Finds Wiley in the middle. Finds Blanco next to him. Blanco trying to get it over towards Reich. Maynard does get it over towards Reich, and now Reich has some room to try and cross it towards the middle. He does, trying to get it to that far side, but a nice defensive play there by Haddon Township, and they're looking to go the other way. Rosano trying to intercept the transition, but Sheehan kicks it forward. Bleem keeps it in, gets it over towards Wiley. Wiley with a nice slide tackle to control. Wesley Reich meeting McIlvain up top. And now this one kicked forward for Santiago. Santiago had the only goal against the Knights the last game. Pushes Dean Collins to the floor. He's going to get called for that every day.
Yeah, it's definitely a shove there. He tries to play it off, and it's a little bit of, a loss of balance themselves. But regardless, the ref saw the truth, and it was a shove in the back.
So Ortiz has it on Sterling's defensive side of the ball, kicks it forward towards Blanco. Blanco works it over towards Bleem. Skips past his foot. Bleem trying to keep it in. Kicks it back towards Ortiz. Ortiz being pressured, has a split-second decision and kicks it up towards Weitzel. Weitzel with a nice touch, keeps it in front of him, turns the other way and kicks it forward, but nobody's home. Connor Maynard may be the first one to this ball. Nicely intercepted there by McGarrigle. This one's going to go the other way. The Knights play it in their defensive zone. So Camardo ready to sub back in here for the Knights. Senior captain faced some limited time recently. And is set to face some limited time in this game too. Still nursing his injury, but still ready to be an impact player for this Knights team as he was in the last matchup against the Hawks, where he scored the game-winning goal. We're about halfway through this first half. If you're just joining us, I'm Danny Leakin, joined by Max Bleem here, or excuse me, not Max Bleem, Max Zubek here in the booth. As Colin Feely makes a nice play on some charging Knights attackers.
Max Bleem is doing impressive things out on the field. I'm just sat in a chair talking.
Yeah, sorry about that. Max Zubak is joining me here in the booth this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful this morning, and it's beautiful outside today. Perfect weather for some soccer. Looks like Bright John and Casimir Okoro are also going to check in here for the Knights. In the Triton game, Okoro registered a red card and was out for the game after, but back in here for the Knights. The freshman moved his way from the freshman team to the JV team and now up to the varsity team. So a nice story following him throughout this program. He's really moved his way up. Sterling definitely looking to substitute some speed on the field as well between John and Okoro. Nice play there from Wesley Reich, and Sterling's looking to go the other way. Reich plays it to the outside, has Connor Maynard in the middle. Pushes it forward. Reich looking to cross it towards the middle. A nice cross. Sterling trying to put it in the back of the net. This one hit out towards Weitzel. Weitzel trying to push it past Haddon Township, but a nice play there by Mason McCarthy. Blanco looking to go the other way. Blanco dribbling between a ton of Hawk defenders, and this one gets cleared away up towards Wiley. He can't make a nice touch on it, and now Radley's going to go the other way. Sheehan looking to send It looks like Santiago. Santiago has an opportunity cut off by Collins. Santiago keeps it in front of him. Trying to push it forward, but nice defense by Collins, and Reich now has the ball. He had time, he just cleared it out of bounds. Now McIlvain's going to be the one to throw it in here for the Hawks. Sheehan to McIlvain, back to Sheehan. Sounds like a Sterling game, if we're really thinking about it. Our superintendent, Sheehan, and our teacher, Mr. McIlvain. Sheehan back to McIlvain, and this one gets kicked towards the middle. Looks like Ethan Whitesell, the first one to pressure for the Knights. Hit over towards Sheehan. Sheehan playing on the close side now, is playing more towards the middle at the start of this contest. Big physical play there from Reich, and Collins tries to intercept. Santiago versus Collins. Santiago wins, kicks it up towards Schmid. Bit of a pop-up now. Hit forward for the Knights. Hit over towards Sheehan. Sheehan has an opportunity, gets it over towards Chatton. Chatton trying to put a shot on net. Meets Sheehan, and a nice save there from Travis Schmid.
Hey, T2! T2!
Sterling's defense, again, looking a little discombobulated by this Hawks offense, and Schmid comes up big again with a nice save.
You know, when you think about the buildup that Township has had, if you're, Schmid net, you really have to be looking at it as, okay, what can I do in preparation, because I'm not going to have much time with the pace they've been playing at against our D-line that just hasn't really been fulfilling what I need them to thus far. But, it's obviously going to be more and more effort. I'm sure it's going to be a focus of the huddle going into the halftime period.
So the Hawks pushing forward once again. Hit down by Blanco. Hit over towards Sheehan. Hit over towards McIlvain. McIlvain trying to weave his way through two defenders. Had an opportunity, couldn't take it. Now gets it back up at the edge of the box, and Schmid makes the easy collection. And again, this great save by Travis Schmid. Really, Sheehan was wide open, a nice pass to that outside, and Travis Schmid making that split-second decision just to dive for that one. A great save. And now the Hawks pressuring this Sterling defense once again. They're not really being able to clear it out. Wiley tries to chip it forward, met by McIlvain. McIlvain makes a nice move on Wiley. And now Hawks are going to go the other way once again. A great ball towards the middle, but Schmid makes the nice collection.
And you can see a little bit of annoyance on Schmid's face. He's having to do the good amount of the work, and he's kind of communicating. Let's come on, let's pick up the pace a bit. Let's get a little more effort going, because what we've been doing hasn't been working.
So our next TV game will be next Tuesday. It'll be boys soccer once again versus Haddonfield. That's starting at 3:45 right here on the grass. It'll be myself and Max Zuback once again. Wesley Reich pressuring McIlvain. McIlvain gets it over towards Chatton. Chatton gets it over towards Santiago. Nice defense here from Dean Collins, keeping Santiago limited to that outside. And he kicks it out towards Chatton. A nice pass up towards McIlvain. McIlvain gets it towards the net, but that one sails wide. So substitutions coming in here for both teams. Camardo, Okoro, John, and Walters for Sterling. And then for the Hawks, it'll be Cam Rodman coming in. So one substitution for the Hawks, but 3 substitutions for the Knights. About 25 minutes left in this first half. Camardo has been out and limited since the 17th of September, but nevertheless, he has 3 goals, 1 assist, 7 points on the season. That last game was against Haddon Heights, along with Bright John. They both appeared in the senior night game, but it was more of just to get him in there kind of situation, and then they both came out for the remainder of the game. Both senior veterans on this team. Bright John playing good physical defense against Sheehan. John has been one of the more competent defenders for Sterling in this game so far, making a lot of good decisions. This one's hit back up, and now Rodman has it. The new substitution for the Hawks at around center field. Gets it over towards Sheehan. Hit down, no call. Chatton has it at the top, looking to cross it in. A big shot on Schmid. That one goes right over the crossbar. Chatton, as we've seen so far, is a very, very powerful leg here for the Hawks team.
Yeah, he's really trying to take advantage of having the long shot in his arsenal, but it just can't get there. It goes right over the net. But with a little more aim, that's that's pretty much a guaranteed goal. It was a great effort by Schmid, but still, the power, it'll catch you off guard if you're coming in from an angle, which I think might be the play if going, head-on's a little too much, like we just seen there.
So Schmid gets it over towards Ortiz. Ortiz has some room, not getting pressure, tries to kick it up towards Camardo. Camardo met by a Haddon Township defender as well. Rosano trying to win the ball. Whistle called on Chatton. So a big physical matchup in the middle of the field between Rosano and Chatton. Has been that way for most of the game so far. Chatton definitely upper body built. Rosano built the same way, a bit taller and lankier than Chatton is, but definitely a physical matchup in the middle to keep watch of throughout the game.
And, they kind of need to keep watch of themselves, too. You can't have too many physical calls because too many of those warnings can lead to cards, can lead to being out for some games because of said cards. And, you got to keep yourself in check. Like, I think Bright John does it splendidly, where he's very good at defending physically, but not too physically where a ton of pressure is on the other player and they get shoved down. He's good at playing on the ball and on the ball exclusively. And I think you got to look at that when you're someone like Rosano who has the ability to be physical, but can sometimes overdo it.
So this one hit up towards Camardo, but met quickly there by McGarrigle, and that one's kicked away for the Hawks. So a big, dangerous opportunity there. Camardo was about a step and a half away from the ball, as we see right there. But McGarrigle meets him there a little quicker. This one crossed in towards the middle, looking for Okoro, but quickly grabbed there from Feely. So Sterling finally generating some offense in this first half, but quickly shut down by this Hawks defensive line and Colin Feely.
That was one of the examples of, what I was hoping we could get around to is that Okoro, during that Triton game when he got the card, he had so many attempts, so many chances. He was right there, and I think they're going to be looking at him to be able to capitalize on one of those because he was a sliver of the pie away from getting a goal right through that net on the turf during that game. It just wasn't meant to be that night.
So Rosano not happy with that call. Free kick taken here from the Hawks. They go a little fast-paced here. They try and kick it towards that far post, but a little too far. That's going to be a goal kick here for Travis Schmid. Cameramen weren't even ready. That one was taken quite quickly there from the Hawks. Looks like the two sophomores, Weitzel and Maynard, are going to be subbed in here for the Knights. As Collins kicks it over towards Ortiz in the back line. The Hawks using their speed to their advantage, trying to press the Sterling defensive line, trying to make them make decisions a little quicker. Hoff, known as Hoff, Jason Hoffman makes a nice play, but it was deemed out of bounds. So now Township's going to have the ability for a throw-in. 4 substitutions coming here for the Knights. It's going to be Connor Maynard, Ethan Weitzel, Wesley Riker, the sophomores. Excuse me, it's only going to be 3. You can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19, where we will have live updates of all the games and things, very important things, happening around the castle. So make sure you go follow us on Twitter or X now at SterlingTV19. So now Haddon Township here with the throw-in. Hit the other way by Bright John. Township kicking it forward, met quickly by Collins. Collins going to send it the other way. This one hit forward, or excuse me, hit backward actually. The Hawks taking their time here, trying to dissect the Sterling defense, make the right decision, kick it in. Nice touch there from Beals, the freshman. Beals taking it the other way. Sheehan meets it. Nice play there from Weitzel. Weitzel trying to win the speed game. Gets tackled there. And a yellow card will be awarded to Sheehan.
I kind of understand that one. While it's, one of the cards I feel like could have been, depending on the official, but it's a bit of a trip up. It's definitely not on the ball from what I could see. Yeah, it's barely missing the ball. It's definitely not red card worthy, but a card to show that they're acknowledging that was, a shin hit with the laces like you're taking a shot. It's not something you can get away with on just a slap on the wrist.
So Sheehan unhappy, but calls the call, and Collins is going to kick this one away here for the Knights. This one hit forward towards Beals. Wiley meets him there quickly. Nice slide tackle there from Wiley. Reich gets it over towards Weitzel. Weitzel kicks it over towards Wiley. Wiley keeps it in front of him. Kind of taking his time here, trying to get away from the Hawks defense. Kicks it up towards Connor Maynard. Connor Maynard playing up, gets bullied off the ball, and now the Hawks going the other way. But a whistle called. Looks like a little bit too much physicality towards Connor Maynard. We're going to take a look at the replay here.
I mean, that one's a little more, I feel like there didn't need to be a call there, but I understand maybe from the field's view it looked a little worse than it was on our monitor. I definitely understand, having the screen and having just your eyes is very different.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair when on the field, but if we're kind of being the VAR guys here for them, we'd have to kind of be on the, all right, you can lay off of that one. I don't think there's much to call there.
So Ortiz skies it in, met by Feely. A nice ball from Anthony Ortiz, but a nice catch by Feely, limiting Okoro, who was flying in towards the middle there. Had a great opportunity to head it in. Almost made a little bit too much physicality with Feely. Collins sends it forward. Met by a Hawk. Kicked forward. George Walters meets it. Going one-on-one against McIlvain here. Kicks it forward towards Rodman. Rodman going one-on-one with Collins. 3 against 3, but Collins prevails this time as the ball got a little bit ahead of Rodman. And the ball goes on to the Sterling bench.
I feel like this has been kind of like how we see during the field hockey where they're always on the sidelines. It's throw-in after throw-in here for Township, and I feel like Sterling's, I'm not going to say gifted them those opportunities, but they haven't been, the hardest to get them.
So Weitzel's speed being a little bit too much to handle here for the Hawks as he goes down once again, and a free kick awarded here from the Knights. So in the first 20 minutes, I would like to say the Hawks really controlled the game, but now it's been more of a midfield dominant for the past 10. Collins, a bit of a low-sailing ball, looking for the middle, either Maynard or Weitzel, 2 sophomores. This one advanced forward here by Chatton. Chatton looking for the shot. Quickly closed off by the Knights. Chatton takes the shot, quickly sealed away from Collins and kicked up towards Okoro. Okoro tries to get a nice touch on it, keeps it in. Okoro going one-on-one here with Sales. Okoro gets pressured by 3. And now the Hawks are going to go the other way. Chatton has an opportunity to kick it in. Gets it to that far post, that powerful leg, a little bit too powerful as it sails past the far post.
The thing about a play like that is you're right in the area that's just outside of the box, near the flag for the corner. You have someone there, you give him a perfect cross with that type of power. It could be 1-0 with the right type of idea on a cross, but it just wasn't there for him. And I think that's how the story's been for him. He's had a lot of power, but not enough surrounding him to target and get an assist for him, rather than trying to force him to get the goal no matter where he is. So he got the power, might not have the accuracy from where he is.
So Blanco subs in for Carson Wiley. Blanco having a good season himself, 3 goals, 6 points. One of the senior captains for the Knights, plays that defensive midfield role, but can really play anywhere. As a rough touch from Weitzel goes back towards the Hawks. He meets Sheehan. Nice recovery by Weitzel. A whistle called, and it's going to go the other way against Sheehan once again.
Team, nothing. Remember, nothing. You're good.
I mean, it's a bit of a tussle for the ball.
Good stuff, Aim.
No, he gets wrestled down there. Yeah, for sure. It's not card worthy, and it may have been stepped on, but I didn't see anything in the replay there. Okay.
So that left hand seemed to be stepped on Weitzel. We're going to take another look at the replay here. Max and I both squinting at our monitor. Oh,
no.
I didn't like that. So definitely that left hand was stepped on.
I'm going to put my left hand in my pocket now, just to be safe. Oof.
So definitely an uncomfortable look for the viewers at home, and Max and I here in the booth, quote unquote. Really just the table right outside of our truck.
Table? The booth got a table anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's the same. It's
So
all the same.
McIlvain going to take it here for the Hawks. Both hands go up. He hesitates. Hit forward, a nice ball from McIlvain, collected by Schmid. Still a nice ball, nevertheless, by McIlvain. And a lot of these free kicks that have seemed too far away, in quotes, have really been a lot closer than we thought.
I mean, granted, we are some ways away from where the boxes are, so it might be a little bit different for us.
So Reich takes it on that far side. Speed against speed between Reich and this Hawks defense. Hawks defense did prevail. McGarrigle got back in time. So Reich ready for a throw-in. Walters gets sent up along with a lot of the Sterling midfield. Only Ortiz and Collins, the ones back. Throw in here gets Camardo. Camardo falls to the ground, and now the Hawks are going to have the pressure going the other way. John trying to step in front. And he also pushes past Blanco. A nice play there from Brody Beals. McIlvain sending it forward. Nice play there from Reich. John keeps it in front of him as well. Tries to send it the other way. Deflected off of a Hawk. So Sterling will maintain possession. Threw forward towards Weitzel. Weitzel gets it knocked away, but now John sends it the other way, and now Camardo has the ball. Okoro takes it away. Gets it over towards Weitzel. Weitzel looking the other way towards Walters. This one hit over towards Connor Maynard. Maynard trying to strip the ball away from McIlvain and prevails. Connor Maynard trying to progress forward, crosses it towards that outside. Nobody home. Okoro trying to keep it in. Gets a touch on the ball. The Hawks not letting him turn. Weird touch there from Weitzel, hit away from the Hawks, and Sterling will have a throw-in. A potential a good position on throwing.
All right.
So we're probably a little bit ahead on our clock. We didn't stop for the yellow card, so just around, we're approaching the end of this first half. Hit away towards Bright John. Bright John makes the quick decision up towards Jesus Blanco. Blanco gets it over towards Walters. Walters has the ball on his feet, pushes past, looking to cross it towards the middle. Looking towards that outside, but a nice defensive play there from the Hawks. Physical play. Weitzel a little slow to get up. Reich skies it towards the middle, looking for that back post. Camardo can't get to it. Sterling applying the pressure late here in this first half. Walters trying to apply the pressure, and now going up is Sheehan. Blanco trying to meet Sheehan. Does a good job of closing him out. McIlvain going the other way, kicks it up towards Beals. Beals met quickly by Collins, and now Sheehan going to go the other way. Sheehan versus Walters, and Walters makes a nice defensive play and keeps it in bounds. Ref says he does not keep it in bounds, excuse me. Hit forward towards Sheehan. We've got about a minute left in this first half. Jason Hoffman, the next substitution to come in here for the Knights. Big shot here, deflected out by Ortiz. A nice shot by Chatton, but Ortiz makes a nice defensive play, but it does result in a corner kick here for the Hawks.
And, you know, I think the corners this late, while they might not be the most beneficial if you miss them, if you make them, they are huge momentum builders.
McIlvain skies it towards the middle, hit off of Reich. Walters clears it away. Camardo has the ball skied up by the Hawks. That one's almost a pop-up in the theme of the day today. Nice play by Walters. And a nice defensive play there from Collins on McIlvain. It stays in bounds. The whistle blows. Looks like it's going to be a throw in here for the Hawks. This one kicked towards the middle. Sterling looked like they weren't ready, but Bright John was. Nice deflection there from Weitzel. Weitzel kicks it forward towards Camardo. And that is going to end the first half. So a great first half for the Knights, but I think a little bit of a better first half for the Hawks. And I mean, the score says 0-0, but I think in terms of momentum, the Hawks really have turned the tide against this Sterling team. And here's one of our better saves of the half. It was Schmidt on Chatton. Chatton with an absolute cannon of a leg, but Schmidt making the desperation dive keeps that one in front of him. And that'll do it here for this first half. We'll be right back with second half action after these few commercial breaks.
Hey man, are you okay?
No, man, this dude keeps bullying me.
Here, try this out.
What is it?
This is stop it. You can report people that bully.
Thank you, man.
Bullying, no matter the circumstances, someone will always be there for you.
Over 160,000 kids refuse to go to school each day in fear of being bullied.
Stop bullying and be united.
I can't believe my computer's dead.
Yo, does anyone have the charger?
No!
Hey dude, you ready for this test?
Yeah man, I spent all night studying on my computer.
Alright guys, the test is in your laptop.
Alright, let's do this. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to charge my computer. Yo, do you have a charger?
Nah, sorry dude.
No!
how was the game?
It was great. We won.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. You can check out all the highlights on Sterling TV 19's YouTube channel.
Oh, wow, really? All right, I'll check it out then.
Bye.
Doing? Have you ever heard of Redmond's Revenge?
No, what's that?
Well, legend says every time a kid breaks a rule, Redmond sends them to Eternal for an entire year. Last year it was Susie Pinkett. This year it could be you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you second block.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Sterling TV 19 as we are back here with some second half action between the Sterling Silver Knights and the Haddon Township Hawks. 0-0 the score as we get ready here to kick the ball off. It looks like Haddon Township is going to start with possession. And I mean, Max, it seemed to me that first half, I mean, Haddon Township really controlled most of that first half, but Sterling still staying alive as well.
It was up until those last like 6-7 minutes before Sterling really got anything going, where it was just constant Township chances, a lot of good shots, good ideas, on their attack, and the defending was kind of abysmal the first part of that first half for Sterling. They couldn't get much outside of Bright John and a little bit of Collins later on, but hopefully the talk over half was, about the defense, about taking more advantage of the chances you're given, and hopefully they can take that talk and put it out onto the field and get something on the scoreboard.
Both teams definitely looking to strike and put something on the scoreboard. Travis Schmid doing a great job in net today, and Feely doing a great job opposite of him. Not only is it time for some second half soccer, it is time for Game 4 of the NLDS between the Phillies and the Mets. Mets lead the series 2-1 over the Phillies at the moment. But we are going to stay on Sterling because this game is as tight as a knot at the moment. So Reich ready to throw this one in here for the Knights. Tosses it towards the middle for Maynor. Maynor heads it up, but that one still goes away. Feely not having to make much of an attempt on the ball whatsoever.
I mean, the header was a good idea, but the angle was nowhere near where they needed it to be. And I feel like that was a lot of the story the first time around with Sterling's chances, is they didn't have the right person for the cross, so the defending was just right where it needed to be against their ideas. And, if you're this Sterling Knights team, you got to be going into this as how can we avoid the situations that we had constantly through that first half where we just couldn't keep the ball to ourselves.
So Weitzel and Chatton both go up for it. Weitzel a little bit smaller compared to Chatton, so trying to use some of Chatton's leverage to his advantage. Gets called for it. This one hit past Beals. A bit of a physical play on that outside between Reich and Beals.
What's the difference?
McIlvain pushes it forward, looking to cross it in. McIlvain puts a move on Collins. McIlvain charging towards the net, met by Sterling's defense. And it's going to be Sterling ball, according to the referees.
It's going to be a goal kick, but it's a very close call.
You're standing right there. Neither can he.
They're getting a bit of an entanglement through the legs. And
according to me, it looks like it hits Wiley on the way out.
It does barely,
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when it first happened, is it looked like it tapped off of Wiley. So good call there from the refs. Game plays on. Corner kick didn't really go anywhere, just for the people who couldn't see because of the replay. That one hit forward. And a goal kick coming here for Travis Schmid.
Obviously, it's been the challenge thus far to especially just I feel like for the season, to take the goal kick opportunities you have and turn them into something, because really goal kicks haven't been something Sterling has been able to really benefit off of, I feel like, from what I've watched.
So chipped up towards Camardo. Camardo overshoots it a little bit. Good defense, paired with good defense, by McGarrigle. And now Feely's going to be the one to kick this one away here for the Hawks. Kind of chips it forward towards McCarthy. McCarthy kicks it back towards Joseph Sheehan. Sheehan bully balls Maynor off the ball, but Connor Maynor wins the 1v1. Maynor trying to chip it forward. Good defense there by Gabe Chatton. Chatton kicking it towards McIlvain. McIlvain up towards Sheehan, and Sheehan is going to kick it forward towards the freshman Brody Beals. A little bit too far on the kick. It's going to be a throw in here for the Knights.
And, I do think that throw-ins have been plentiful for both sides of the ball here. Both Sterling and Haddon Township have had a lot of opportunities off throw-ins and some free kicks for the Hawks as well. A couple of corners here and there for both squads. I just feel like neither side has taken a well enough advantage or spot from those chances to make something happen. Obviously, the best was that one free kick where, Schmid really had to get a good punch out towards the top near the crossbar to get it out of there. But other than that, there haven't been too many close chances either side, shot-wise.
So McIlvain fouls Weitzel. Blanco kicks it up. Nice play there from Feely to make the easy catch. So Beals goes against Ortiz. Another pop-up opportunity, and Sheehan wins it back towards Chatton. Chatton kicks it forward, looking for Beals. Beals has some room, Gets some help from McIlvain on that far side, and now he chips it forward towards Sheehan. Sheehan looking to cross it towards the middle. Good defense there by Collins. Sheehan regroups, tipped up, and Schmid makes the nice easy save. It's meant to say regroups, but Schmid nevertheless makes the easy save to keep this one at 0-0.
You know, when it comes to clips involving the saves like that with Schmid, it really just does speak for itself. The defense, I feel like, kind of burned out the opportunity there, slowed it down, and it gave him a pretty nice, ground ball-esque little just scoop up, gets it right back out into the play. Something you see constantly from Schmid, where he's just able to control the ball and make sure it doesn't go really anywhere it shouldn't when it's near him.
So Blanco skies it forward, trying to look for John. Nice play there from Carson Wiley. Wiley kicking it forward towards Camardo, hit away, by the Hawks. Head injury here, according to the ref, for Mason McCarthy. The clock stops. Not sure what happened there.
I think he just hit a bit of an awkward header.
Yeah.
It was a defensive, try to stop it, but McCarthy just kind of hit it weird. If you take a look at it again here.
Yes, wait.
Let's take a look.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's right on the temple. That's unfortunate timing to kind of collide there. And, it's definitely something you don't want to see. I feel like there's been a couple instances where it's things you don't want to see throughout this game. First the hand, now the head.
So Mason McCarthy goes out, waiting for our athletic trainer, Sean Clank. Yeah. Carson Wiley, his boneheadedness hits Mason McCarthy in the head. But nevertheless, game plays on. Sterling trying to kick it towards the middle, but scooped up by Feely. Feely going to kick it the other way. Bright John. It's a bit of a rough time with the touch. Nice play there from Bright John, playing more of a midfield role now, maybe pushing up a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. Connor Maynard trying to get it over towards Weitzel. That hits off of Connor Maynard's hand. The ref sees it. Chatton ready to sky this one away. Gets it all the way over towards Santiago. And he gets it back towards McIlvain. Gets hit out in the midst of that. So now Reich is going to be the one to throw it in here for the Knights. Camardo makes the nice touch, looking for options, gets it back towards Reich. Reich overshoots it a little bit. He regroups back towards Collins. Collins surveying the field, gets it over towards Bleem. Bleem has an opportunity to push forward. And that one gets hit out by the Hawks defense.
I mean, again, it's another situation where they have a throw-in opportunity. While I feel like a lot of those were townships the first half, early on in the second half, it's been a lot of throw-ins from the side of Sterling. Of course, as I say that, they get another one for Township there.
Yeah.
But still, you kind of see what I was saying, where there was a few back-to-back opportunities that didn't really go much of anywhere, but they were still there on the stat sheet as throw-ins they were given. And I feel like if they were able to take advantage of just one of those or try to force a free kick, they can get something going, and just they're not really working consistent movement and motion, it's felt like recently.
So the whistle blows. Ethan Weitzel down on the ground for the Knights. Bit of an awkward fall for Weitzel.
Did he get stepped on the foot there? I'm not 100% sure. He's kind of
one-on-one against Chatton. Weitzel limps
Step
it
ball,
off.
Drop. Step to the ball.
So communication for both the Hawks and the Knights. This one taken by Chatton, gets it over to that far side. A nice kick there from Chatton. Hit towards the middle, but it looks like Schmid is going to make the easy grab. Almost nonchalant for Schmid. There wasn't much of a move to be made there.
He just kind of meanders over to the ball, it feels like. He doesn't have to do much. No matter how much effort he actually is putting into the saves, it always does kind of come out looking effortless, it feels like.
Wright gets it up towards Weitzel. Weitzel gets a rough touch on the ball, intercepted by Sheehan. Sheehan looking to push it forward. finds Beals in the middle. Beals looking to kick it up towards, looks like, Julian Young. That one tipped, and that will go in Hawks' favor. So nice work there from Julian Young to generate the tip and keep the possession in the Hawks' favor. Looks like Owen Lombo's gonna be the one to take it here for the Township. Chatting the closest to him. He's looking forward down the field. Looking for Young once again. Kicked away from the Knights. Sheehan gets it up towards Chatton. Chatton back to Sheehan. Sheehan trying to make the play around Blanco and does. Intercepted by Wiley. Nice physical play. And Weitzel looking to send it the other way. He sends it up towards Camardo. Camardo is the closest to the ball, but a bit too hard there from Weitzel. And that one goes nowhere.
I mean, it's hard to not like the idea, though, but, I mean, like I said, it's another free throw. And then, free throw, what am I talking about? Another throw-in, then another throw-in. It's just been a lot of throw-ins for this Township team when I feel like Sterling's, you know, obviously it hasn't resulted in a goal yet, but you keep giving them opportunities. They're going to take one of them, and they're going to take it all the way to the back of the net.
So Reich pushes up, over pursues a little bit. Blanco recovers it, kicks it up towards Camardo. Camardo making the smart play, gets it back towards Blanco. Blanco has some grass ahead of him. He's trying to push past and kick it forward towards Weitzel. Weitzel going one-on-one on that outside, quickly recovered there by Desmond Jones, and that one kicked away for the Hawks.
It's just another one of these opportunities. Obviously some substitutions.
So Walters coming in here for John. Hoffman also coming into the game, and same with Frazano. Looks like Hoffman's going to be the one to throw it in here for the Knights. Speedy sophomore. Out last year with the ACL injury, back this year playing some varsity minutes for the Knights. Getting it forward towards Rosano, kicked away from the Hawks. Walters the first one to it. Going to kick it back towards Bleem. Bleem going to push it forward. A nice deflection there by Sheehan. Walters trying to keep it in front of him. Bit of a rough touch there. And the Hawks moving quickly. Bleem meeting Beals. Bleem wins that battle, the veteran against the rookie. Ortiz doing a good job of pursuing. Ortiz has to be careful, make sure he doesn't push up too far. Nice pass there from Ortiz to Wiley. Wiley gets it stripped away from him. But he gets it back, recovers, and gets it over towards Hoffman. Jason Hoffman pushing it forward towards Rosano. Rosano gets it back towards Wiley. Wiley pushing it forward, looking for Hoffman. Hoffman trying to win the legs race against Haddon Township. Gets pushed to the ground. That one looks like it's going to stay in Township possession.
And I mean, you know, there's been a lot of opportunities like this, I felt like, for this Sterling team. It just hasn't really gone much of anywhere as it, you know, barely touches off the cleat of Hoffman as he goes to keep it in, just can't. And it results in a goal kick for Township that maybe one of their first ones of the game thus far. I feel like we haven't seen much of that from this Hawk side.
So the ref just told Township coach about 28 minutes left to play in the second half. Nice physical play there from Camardo, but cleared away from the Hawks. Wiley gets it over towards Blanco. Blanco tries to fire one on net, and that one goes over the crossbar.
It's, you know, this is obviously, there was an opportunity from the other side to get something like that going. The first half, the second half, Blanco goes for it, can't quite get it done. And I feel like that should probably send a message to both these offenses like, okay, long shots just aren't quite working right now for either side. Maybe we really got to, you know, go closer to the box, try to force maybe a good cross, because you both have the people capable of something like that.
So Camardo battling on the outside with Aiden Sales. 4 against 4. Hoffman recovers it, kicks it towards the middle, cleared away from the Hawks. Okoro set to come in here for the Knights. Collins pressuring. Ortiz pressuring Beals. Beals against freshman against senior, and the senior prevails once again. Ortiz dribbling out. Ortiz pushing forward. Nice plays there from Ant Ortiz as he's trying to direct traffic. Looking to pass this up, and it's a giveaway from Ortiz. So now Hawks are trying to go the other way. Ortiz trying to reel back to help his defensive line. Julian Young has the ball on his foot, gets it up towards Beals. Beals going against Bleem on this close side. Hawks looking for their first goal of the game for both teams. Sterling trying to play some good defense here, skies it away. Met in the middle, kicked forward towards Beals. Beals trying to put a shot on Schmid, and a nice collection there from Travis Schmid. So some pressure by the Hawks, but nothing for Travis Schmid that he cannot handle. And this game stays at 0-0.
You know, it's something I feel like we've, kind of overlooked. It just like, well, that's the game. Hawks have been very consistent in continuing to get the ball sky high. A lot of long, high up passes, and I feel like this hasn't been working as a game plan for him.
So some physicality meets Jack McGarrigle by Camardo. Sterling's offense definitely still been lackluster in this second half. Has definitely had some more pressure on that side of the field, but not the result that they want. Meanwhile, the Hawks kind of singing that same story, has definitely had the pressure. And I mean, had the pressure is an understatement. They've had this pressure and they've been applying it throughout this game, but have not been able to prevail as well. Walter's going one-on-one against Young on this close side right next to our booth. Young gets it out towards the middle for Joseph Sheehan. And he gets it out to his brother, Iman Sheehan. Beals kicks it forward. And an opportunity, but Schmid makes the right decision. Robs Santiago of an opportunity. Keeping this game 0-0.
It's just another instance. Yeah, it's another instance of Schmid just making the save look easy, even though obviously it's a lot of pressure on a keeper no matter what the team is, because it's just something that important.
So Sterling looking for some pressure. Substitutions come in here for the Knights. Okoro, Weitzel, Reich, and John. They've done a lot of these platoon substitutions, so subbing in 4 at a time. This is probably the 3rd time they've done it in this game so far. Maynard, Walters, Camardo, and Hoffman are the substitutions coming out. Weitzel moves into that attacker spot with Okoro. Bright John playing more of that midfield role. And Wesley Reich staying in the back line for the Knights.
I feel like Okoro, to me anyway, if I'm managing a team with him on it, he's obviously a freshman. He's got a lot to learn about, how varsity is going to work. But I feel like you can play him in a role where he's kind of like a center forward for you. Not totally striker. He can still kind of drop back. But you play him in something like that, he can do the build up a little bit on his own. And if you let him do things like that and let him gain that trust in himself, I feel like he can take those opportunities and, make the chances we've seen out of him into something really good.
So Reich looking for the cross. He succeeds the second time looking for that back post, looking towards Okoro, as you were mentioning. But Okoro was nowhere to be found. Okoro doing a good job of keeping this one in, pressured by 2 Hawks defenders. That one hit out by the Hawks. It's going to stay in Sterling possession, so a good job there from Okoro to apply the pressure and keep that one in. Here comes a throw in for Bright John. Takes a couple steps back, looking to wind up the throw. A mighty throw towards Rosano, hit away by the Hawks defenders, and skied away towards midfield. Collins chips it forward, looking for Wiley. Wiley gets it stripped away from him. It's a nice play there from Santiago, and the whistle blows. The Hawks side in disbelief that one was called. We take a look at the replay here.
He plays on the ball first. I don't know if any foul play was really going on there, but like we had said before, what we see on the monitor is a lot different. Now, so we get the second look. They only get the one chance, and it's with their eyes. It's a lot harder to tell. So I understand the call, but it's definitely a tough one.
So Weitzel going to be the one to kick it here for the Knights. 18 minutes and 23 seconds into the second half, unofficially. Bit of physicality going on in the box. Both hands go up, skied in towards the goalie, but a nice collection there by Colin Feely. Off of a really tough shot there from Weitzel.
Yeah, I felt like it was quite the distance to cover to go for a shot off of it. Obviously, it gets the distance, but just, the keeper's there. Feely's been doing very well. I feel like on something that deep, you really got to play it up from there. Maybe with a longer pass, but still play it up from there. You can't just shoot from there and expect, a goal. I feel like the game plan has to be guaranteeing a goal, not getting a good idea of a goal. You can't have a concept of the plan. You got to have the plan laid out, and you got to execute.
You sound like Nick Sirianni. I have a concept of a plan. Okay, like that one in the trunk. He has none planned. No, you're good, Kay. That was funny.
Well, we'll see against Cleveland, where it's the easiest to plan against.
Yeah, you really can't. But nevertheless, let's stick to soccer here as the game continues on for the Knights. Both teams looking for their first goal here, but as the score doesn't say, this game has been nothing short of some good action from both sides. Haddon Township really controlling that first half and doing a good job of controlling the second half, even though they've been in their defensive zone a little bit. Subs coming in here. Speaking of the Hawks, looks like Drew Groff and Max Radley coming in here for the Hawks. Looks like Bobby McIlvain and Julian Young going to be subbed out.
You know, here's kind of like how I'm seeing it. I think Township, this first half, they kind of had it locked down. It's kind of had the game caged. But, you know, I'm going to make a bit of a comparison to Dominic Mysterio's situation come last Saturday. The door's kind of been opened. All right, I feel like the door's open. They're still hanging up there in the cage, but they still got, you know, a bit more room to move. And I think the Knights just have to take advantage of that and get out the cage. Obviously, after that, you know, Mysterio was dangling, but Sterling would be up 1-0. It's a very big difference in the third stage of that.
So Wiley kicks it up towards Reich. Reich using his speed to get there, maybe looking for a cross towards the middle. Doesn't get enough on it. And another mistake for the Knights is going to be sent the other way for the Hawks. Looks like Beals is going to be the first one to it. Going to be sent forward. Offsides is called on Santiago.
Get the drone shot here to kind of compare the lines, and yeah, yeah, by a country mile.
Nice drone shot there from our very own Johnny Orlino. Casey Kozaneski was on the drone the first half.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
To show just how obvious the call was.
I'd say some of the greatest drone operators in South Jersey, but I'm not sure there's many.
I'm not really sure who we're comparing to.
Yeah. So Ortiz guides this one to the far post, looks for either John or Okoro, and that one dribbles out in Hawks' favor. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sterling Channel 19, where we will have all the sports, all the commercials, and most importantly, those Castle connections featuring our principal, Jared Claiborne. So make sure you go subscribe to youtube.com/SterlingTV19.
What we've got on the grass right now is a couple substitutions going in. Pretty sure that'll be Camardo and that'll be Maynard coming back in for Okoro and Rosano.
So they move up to that striker spot. Whitesville drops back into the midfield. Blanco hits this one forward towards Weitzel. Weitzel gets a rough touch on the ball. Good physicality there by Chatton as they progress forward. A slide tackle failed there from Wiley, and kicked away goes the Knights. From behind, Maynard's trying to pressure. Nice little loop kick there from Sheehan as he circles and kicks it the other way. And now the Hawks going the other way. The Hawks have a little bit of momentum met by Bright John, and that's a great play there from John to keep that one in front. Both teams a little confused in the call. It looks like the refs say it was a goal kick. It's
a corner!
It's a corner, says the ref on the far side. The Hawks coaches were a little confused on this side of the field. We're going to take a look at what it was.
Yeah, it's gonna. That's a corner, but
he put his hands on his head.
That's probably yeah. I think that's the right call to give him the corner here. Looked pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
I agree.
Blatant from John there.
So a cross coming in here from the corner. A little low sailing trickles towards the middle. A big opportunity and a nice clear there from Ethan Weitzel, saving Sterling from that big chance from Haddon Township. Here's the replay of that one. Cleared away by Weitzel. That's a great play there from the sophomore. Playing a little bit of defense off that corner kick. That one, I don't think it got to his intended target. Hit by Chatton, a nice collection there from Schmidt, but I don't think that got to its intended target. But nevertheless, a great play there from Weitzel.
What I've been loving about how Township's attack has been, while it's been very constant, very aggressive, they've been very good at, you know, trying to maneuver around the mistakes they've made, almost to the point where it doesn't look like many mistakes have been made outside of, you know, a couple intercepted passes. And I think, you know, they've been very good at manipulating how the game's been shifting.
So Feely makes the nice collection after there was a big chance there for Connor Maynard, trying to push past the defense. Stays on side, does a good job of using his speed, but a nice box out there from McGarrigle. Blanco circling around, trying to kick it ahead towards John. Finds the foot of Maynard. Maynard gets it over towards Weitzel. Reich has no one next to him. Trying to get it towards, trying to go the other way. Reich trying to outleg Beals, and that's good defense there by Beals to keep Reich towards the line as a substitution coming here for the Hawks, Cam Rodman.
Comes in for Santiago.
So a throw in here for the Hawks. Looks like Owen Lomba is going to be the one to take it here. Hawks looking to get the first score of this game against the Knights. This one skied up, almost a pop-up here. Hit away by Wiley, hit away by Blanco once again, and it finds the foot of Connor Maynard. Connor Maynard gets a rough touch on the ball and a nice defensive play there from Sales. He keeps that one in front. This one finds Connor Maynard, looking to send Bright John. Gets it a little behind John, so John has to adjust. John gets it back towards Weitzel. Weitzel up towards Blanco. Good ball movement here for the Knights as he kicks it forward towards Connor Maynard, and they're progressing into their offensive zone. Maynard looking to cross, but a nice defensive play there from Sales.
You know, I think that build-up had a good use of the technique where you kind of make a bit of a circular motion with the leg, get a bit of that curve on the ball for the passes and those long passes. That's what makes a cross. And as we've witnessed many a time before, this team is good at crossing the ball in. They just haven't had the opportunity throughout.
But they do now, and that one cleared away by the Hawks. So there's a nice move put on Weitzel, and now Beals is going to try and take it the other way. He's met by Collins, moved up here by the Hawks. They get it over towards Beals. Beals one-on-one with Ortiz, kind of tracks it in the legs, and Ortiz hops on the opportunity to try and strip that one away. Beals maintains possession. Hawks trying to kick it more towards Schmidt. They're going to go backwards to go forwards here. Sheehan trying to push past Wiley. Wiley playing some nice defense. This one hit forward. It looks like Schmidt's going to make the easy collection.
Just how easy all these saves have been for Schmidt. If you're going into kind of a one-on-one situation against the keeper for Sterling, that brick wall, you just got to feel like you're going one-on-one with the end to take a play. It's really difficult to get in there and fight against someone who's just that strong, that imposing against you.
Yeah, Schmidt has definitely been the MVP for the Knights so far in this game. A lot of opportunities that could have gone right for the Hawks have gone wrong, and Schmidt stayed solid during those plays. John kicks it up towards Maynard. Maynard dribbling around, trying to push past his Hawks defense. Right, John with a physical play, and that one's definitely going to get called against John.
It's one of the only times I've seen John be a little too physical out there on his defending. We pointed out the physical defending from John, but that's just a little too much effort on there. A little too much mustard on there. Don't get me wrong, I love me some mustard, but that's just a little too much.
Yeah. Most definitely. So Lomba's going to be the one to take this one for the Hawks once again. Looking like a big kick here from Lomba. Gets it towards the middle. The Hawks trying to tip it forward. This one tries to get over towards Maynard. Good play there from Joseph Sheehan to intercept. He's going one-on-one with Blanco. He kicks it back and kicks forward, but that one hits off of Chatton. Bright John gets in a one-on-one. Gets it taken away from him. Good pursuit there from Sales as he moves forward. Unofficially, we have about 28 minutes in to the second half. Unofficially, we should be pretty close on to what the actual time is. Ortiz keeps it in front. Last time these two teams met, they went into double overtime. The game winner scored by Camardo. Camardo has another opportunity here, but quickly collected there by Feely. This looks like Quentin Berzano is going to be checking in here for the Knights.
That's, I think, been an oversight in the build-up play through Sterling, because they haven't had a consistent actual build-up. It's been stuff like this where they just try to get it out really quickly, sky it through, when in reality you're just going to give it right back to the defensive backs. And it's really not that beneficial in the long run to take those long shots on a free kick or take those long passes when you're in the midfield. Just try to find the nearest guy. Let it build naturally. Don't try to force something, because you're stuck at this kind of point of a fork in the road, restored 0-0. Now that you keep going for these, or you switch it up a bit. And that was a little rough.
So Sales with a bit of physicality against Maynard there. He gets a yellow card. Definitely gets him on that one. A bit too much physicality there on Connor Maynard. It looks like McElvain's going to check in for Sales.
Oh, yeah. He was off the ball by that point. He kind of takes him out on the legs.
So a big opportunity here for the Knights. Finally, a free kick in range for them to make something happen here. Blanco's going to be the one to take it. They're going to stack the box, keeping 2 back. And Weitzel right outside of the box. Ortiz is in the midst of the stack. Collins and Bleem are the 2 who stay back, and Weitzel's right outside of the box. Blanco looks just about ready. Raises the arm, skies this one in. Looking towards that back post, but a nice play by Feely. That one's going to be in result of a corner kick, so one of the biggest opportunities for the Knights in the game.
Oh, I really thought that went in off of that hand there, but it doesn't. But that was a really good corner nonetheless. And free kick, excuse me. Felt like a corner. It was just that dead on. I really thought it had gone in past that, but that was just my view there. And they get another opportunity from the other side. Maybe the other side's just their lucky side there. This hasn't happened on the other side. Maybe this closer side for us is where it comes, into play and results in the point.
So Blanco raises the arm, looking to kick this one away towards that back post. Looking for Ortiz. Nice play by Feely, and that one skied up by Weitzel. This was rather close. He gets to the back post where he was looking for his target, Ortiz. They scored on that exact play before in a different game, but Ortiz cannot prevail, gets a wrong angle on the ball, and this game stays 0-0.
I feel like what's upsetting about this the most is that Ortiz does have the angle and then turns his head a little late because of the play by Feely, and I feel like without Feely, playing aggro in the net, that can result in the goal. He just played a little too high up on Ortiz for his liking, and he kind of backed off of the angle he had.
So now free kick coming here for the Hawks. So our clock is probably a little ahead. We didn't stop for the yellow card, so just to note, our clock isn't official, but close, nevertheless. Reich trying to clear this one away here for the Knights. As Rosano streaking next to him, a nice physical play there by McCarthy. And that one's still awarded in possession of Blue. So the Knights maintain. This one hit up. Nice catch from the ball boy on the side here. Going to be thrown in here from Max Bleem. Bleem looking deep towards Camardo. Camardo with a rough touch, but that one stays in favor of Sterling. So the throw-ins are keeping Sterling and keeping their momentum going down the field here. This one thrown up towards Chatton. Chatton gets it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan getting it, trying to get it towards Beals. Collins beats Beals towards the middle. Step and step. The senior against the freshman. Beals doesn't get a lot of support though. Now it's going to go the other way for the Knights here. That one taken away. A nice defensive play there from McGarrigle on Weitzel. And now it's going to go the other way. Chatton gets it over to that far side. McElvain up towards Beals, and a nice physical play there from John. He's going to get called on it. Our next TV game will be next Tuesday. It'll be soccer versus Haddonfield, starting at 3:45 here on the grass. Myself, Max Zuback, will return.
Another throw-in for the Township here off of another kind of physical play, but it won't get called that time around.
So now pushing forward, a nice defensive play, but it will result in a corner kick here for Haddon Township. And goes down is Bright John, which is not good knowing his injury history these past couple of games.
Yeah, it's seeming like a similar spot of hurt as well. It's the knee once again, I'm pretty sure. As they try to nurse him back.
Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, something like that. At least the cramping obviously is not great, but if that's all it is, it'll feel a lot better than re-injuring what was already kind of lost on him.
Please don't make me
before.
tell you to defend anymore. Situation.
Take a look here, right off of it. Tries to maybe defend on the ball there, and Collins goes in.
Yeah, you kind of see him start limping straight off the ball, but he can't really do much. Hoping he didn't re-aggravate any of his past injury, but I think he's going to be all right. He's just walking off the field with our trainer, Sean Klink, now.
Looked like some cramping.
I think it looked more like a calf cramp
but
anyway.
I know those are terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll be fine after a little bit, but it's good to just take him off for now, give him some time to recover from that very minor injury in the long run. But in the moment, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna sting, and you got to give it some time.
So now corner kicks, nevertheless, coming here for Haddon Township. Looks like McIlvain's going to be the one to take it.
Go get ice cream for all of us. I'll pay you back.
Township looking to stack the box here. Sterling doing the same. They have no players on the attacking side. Whistle blows, and here comes the kick. McIlvain skies it. Tries to get it towards the middle. A nice ball, a nice play by Camardo to keep that one out. Big kick coming here from Beals. He steps back, gets it over, trying to chip it in, and easy save made by Travis Schmidt, but nevertheless, it would have been offside.
I mean, would it have been? I really feel like it might be more obvious from.
Well, there was an extra whistle. I was pretty sure that was.
Yeah, I see where the pass is there. It kind of barely exceeds where the line would be there. So it's good play by Collins, I think, to kind of readjust the line, get that call, and they secured a goal kick for themselves once more to hopefully capitalize off of, try to evade the double overtime that they had gone through before.
So going forward are the Sterling Knights, but quickly met by Feely. These teams could be heading to overtime again if there is not a goal scored in the next, I'd say, around 4 minutes unofficially. So both teams working for this big divisional win. Coach is looking for a call here. Nothing called on Sterling's defensive side of the ball. Township coach is unhappy. We're going to take another look at that play, and I think that definitely could have warranted a call there from the refs.
I definitely believe Ortiz went to shove there.
And he was also inside the box. So that would have been a crucial moment for both sides if that happened. And to show you how much this means for both teams, I mean, Sterling is on top of the division right now, 5-4-3, 4-1 in the division. Nevertheless, Haddon Heights is 4-3-1 overall, 2-1-1 in the division. West Effort 7-4 overall, 3-2 in the division. And then Haddon Township is 2-2-1 in the division, 7-2-1 overall. And then there's Haddonfield and Lindenwold rounding out the bottom. So this is an important game for both of these teams, especially Haddon Township, knowing how good their record is outside of the division, but can't really get it done inside the division. And Sterling, really the opposite side of the story, where their division record is really, really good, but outside of the division, they have not had that same success. So this one hit up by Bleem. Ortiz gonna have to make the split-second decision. He pops it up looking for Weitzel. Rosano trying to chip it forward. Rosano takes it himself. He has Camardo going up, has Reich back though. Reich has a second. Looking to kick it back towards Rosano. A little bit of a give and go here play, trying to be performed by Camardo and Rosano. Nice defense there. That's by number 2, Owen Lamba. This one crossed towards the middle, almost gets Jesus Blanco, but good defense there by the Hawks. And now they're going to go the other way using Brody Beals.
I feel like that's going to be the best opportunity they get based on how they've played. It was really well played on the side, but they just couldn't get it done once Camardo had it. It was a bit of a low cross, so it might have to be just that few inches higher to get really much of anything going off of that, because once you get to that point, it's either you capitalize or you give the ball away, and they chose the latter there.
So the arm raises here for Bobby McIlvain, and he kicks this one away. Looking towards the middle, cleared out there by Ortiz. Hoffman meets Beals on that far side. Two younger rookies for these teams. Weitzel gets weaved around by McIlvain. McIlvain looking towards that far side. Nice play there from Reich. Trying to kick away is Rosano. Can't get to it. Nice play there from Wesley Reich, who's having himself a pretty good game in this kind of defensive midfielder-esque spot. McIlvain trying to kick it ahead. A nice play there from Weitzel. McIlvain with a nice sliding tackle, and now he's trying to chip it the other way. And a whistle blows as McIlvain falls, so we're going to take a look at that replay.
I mean, he goes back into the ball. I think he shoved himself off of Rosano there, but I can definitely,
I can see where the argument's made.
Yes, definitely. It's a bit of an entanglement with the arms, and you're going to, if you're an official, if you see it again here from McIlvaine, he kicks it out, gets it kicked right back in. If you're in that position, it's really all you can tell from that is that one player falls and they made a little bit of contact. You're going to give them that opportunity after that, whoever fell.
So now it's going to be Chatton. Chatton has a cannon of a leg, ready to kick this one away here for the Hawks. Kicks it away, sends it towards Schmidt, and that one goes wide.
You said kicked it away. He heard it and he meant it. I mean, it was up, and away. It really didn't feel like he had much of the net to go after as it gets blocked by the wall, actually.
Yeah.
That time around. Good play by the wall there. Gives a goal kick to Sterling, and really late in the second half, they've really got to try and evade overtime with the very minimal time they have left to work with.
So as Max mentioned, we do have very minimal time. We're taking a look at what they're waiting for, a warning, maybe a warning administered here to Ethan Weitzel. The ref just had a talk. This one hit towards Ortiz. Ortiz is just going to sky it up towards Wiley. Kept in here by the Hawks. Bleem charges it and hit again by Wiley. So unofficially, 40 minutes into the second half, the game should be closing in the next couple of minutes. Wiley hits it up towards Weitzel. Weitzel kicks it forward towards Camardo, and this could be one last opportunity here for the Knights. Camardo pushes past his defense, trying to make a move, but nice defense there by McGarrigle, who's been on like glue with Camardo this whole game. Bleem has to be quick and smart with his decision here. He doesn't have anything open here, as we see Marley's in the background directing traffic, trying to get Sterling open. The Hawks trying to hit it away. Weitzel keeps it in front. This one skied towards Bleem. Bleem and Wiley both approach it. And this one chipped forward for the Hawks. Sheehan trying to cross it to that far side, looking for McIlvaine. That's a nice ball there from Sheehan. McIlvaine looking to cross it towards the middle, trying to get past Hoffman. McIlvaine skies it towards the middle. And a nice collection there by Schmid.
Still not quite through with the second half here. Obviously our clock is unofficial, but we were told it was pretty close, so it was the card kind of added on more than we had thought the injury would alone. And we're going to go in slightly deeper into this second half here.
Wiley trying to chip it forward, looking for Camardo. Played well by the Hawks. Tipped on the way out, excuse me. Good pressure here from Reich on Young. Young kicks it back towards Sheehan, kicks it up towards McCarthy. McCarthy is going to kick it away, gets it up. Quickly approached by Collins and Schmid. A big physical play, and the whistle blows. Wow.
Oh,
what a physical play.
I want to kind of see the replay on this one. He skies it for the box there and shoves Collins out of the way, and that's a knee to the gut of Schmid.
Really? You mentioned Dominic Mysterio in WWE earlier. That's something I felt like I was watching there for a second. It was a knee right to the gut of Schmid. We're going to take another look at this one.
This is going to be a bit of a shout. Cedric Alexander felt like lumbar checking him. It was, that is rough.
That is a rough play.
I might administer a card for that if I see that and I'm the ref, but I'm obviously not the ref out there.
Yeah, they let that one go, saying that could have been a 50-50 ball, and that is the whistle, signifying the end of regulation. So we're going to go into some overtime here, ladies and gentlemen, right after this commercial break. So the end of regulation has come to a close, and now we're nearing the witching hour in overtime between the Hawks and the Knights. The last time these two teams played, it went to second overtime, so both of these teams very familiar with each other in these stages of the game. We're going to come back with some quick rules about overtime. So 2 10-minute halves. It'll be gold and goal, so the first team to score will seal it for this big divisional matchup between the Hawks and the Knights. And if nobody scores, it ends in a tie, which is Mr. K's least favorite thing. So if you're just tuning in for this overtime action, I'm Daniel Leake, and joined by Max Zubak, and we're going to take a look at some of the saves that have gone on here in today's matchup. Here's the first. Big save there from Schmid on Chatton. Schmid, once again, coming up with a big save on this one as well. A shot here from Sheehan, deflected away. Nice hand save there from Feely. And that's how we've gotten to our stage here now. So a lot of great saves from both goalkeepers, a lot of good defense, and a lot of midfield battle has resulted in this overtime. Sterling's going to start with possession, shooting on the left side. Haddon Township's going to shoot on the right. Schmid and Feely, one-on-one, and the men in between them as we get started here in overtime. So Ortiz sends it up towards Maynor, gets hit back out, and now the Hawks are now on the offense. Nice play there from Wiley. Chatton sends it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan trying to advance up towards Beals. That one hit out by Collins, and now the Hawks are going to have possession. 30 seconds into this overtime.
I feel like we had an early indicator of what some of the mistakes were. We had seen Wiley go up for a touch to try and stop momentum, and he just kept it rolling for the Hawks. I feel like sometimes these Knights players in the midfield and the defending end really forget that they don't need to do as much as they try to. They have their body to use. It's not all legs. They can maybe get an extension to get their chest out for the stoppage and use themselves as a whole body other than the hands, obviously. Keep themselves in a position where they can use anything at any time instead of only relying on the legs, which is of course the main part. But if you don't have to use them and force something like they have a few times, sometimes in this game, you can be a lot safer on the defensive end of the game there.
So McCarthy kicks that one out, and now Sterling's going to have possession. Kick coming here from Anthony Ortiz. It's getting a little chilly here on the field. We're feeling it a little bit here in the booth. Myself has been shivering for the past couple of minutes now as the sun is setting on the field. Beautiful day, nevertheless, finally feeling that fall breeze coming here in South Jersey. So here comes a throw in here for the Knights. Looks like Bright John's going to be taking it at around midfield, looking to advance Camardo, who's going against Lamba. Camardo trying to circle back towards Wiley. Wiley trying to juke Lamba out. Reich hits it back towards Camardo, and Camardo advances Reich. Reich has the opportunity for a big crosser here, looking for that back post, but nobody home. And Rosano's going to have to settle it. Rosano trying to circle back, looking for a header, and a nice save there by Colin Feely. As that was one of the bigger moments for Sterling in the game so far, and it came in overtime, but still a nice play by Feely to keep this one at a 0-0.
The setup was there. The recovery was there after the miss initially, and then they had another setup, a solid cross from the outside of the box, and it just didn't quite happen off the header. While, obviously headers are something we see, as a scoring mechanism for this Knights team, sometimes I feel like they rely on it a little too much.
So Rosano trying to kick it past the Sterling defense. Rosano trying to take control, but a nice defensive play there from McGarrigle, who's been making a handful of these defensive plays for the Hawks in this game so far. Weitzel trying to play one-on-one defense here with McIlvain, but McIlvain pursues further. This one hit up towards Beals. Beals circles back, tries to kick it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan has an opportunity to chip it up towards Chatton. Chatton gets it over towards Beals. Nice defensive play there from Ortiz. The Hawks applying the pressure now. Chatton has the opportunity to take a shot, closed out by Collins. Chatton still going 1-on-3. Finally closed out. A nice play there from Rosano on the defensive side of the ball. Chatton almost looked like Iron Man for a second there, going 1-on-3 with the Sterling defense. McIlvain trying to sky it forward, and a collection made by Travis Schmid.
I mean, the defending up until right when they were near the net there against Chatton, it was kind of horrendous. if I'm going to be honest, they just kept getting played through. They couldn't keep any real positioning there. And I feel like, and there it is again, with awkward touches with the legs that lead to these runs that could possibly end the game.
So Chatton had another opportunity. That one's cleared away by Bright John. Good heads-up play to make sure that one is not a corner. This one will be a throw in here for the Hawks. So a smart chip there from John. And now the Hawks are going to have a throw-in opportunity here early in this overtime, about 4 minutes and 15 seconds in unofficially.
6 minutes left.
The Hawks looking to get this golden goal here. A throw-in here taken by the Hawks.
Oh.
So there's about 6 minutes left in this overtime. Pretty back and forth to start. Opportunity early by the Knights, but now the Hawks have been controlling for the past couple of minutes. Chatton gets roughed up by John. This one progresses forward from Blanco. Blanco kicks it up towards Camardo. Camardo going one-on-one on that outside, trying to chip it forward, but a nice play there from McGarrigle. Whistle blows and possession stays in favor of the Knights. This one thrown in towards John. John has to make a decision quickly, kicks it forward, but possession still stays in favor of the Hawks. Blanco halfway through this first overtime here, unofficially of course. Wiley trying to kick it forward. This one popped up. Rosano makes a nice play on the ball, trying to chip it forward towards Wiley. Wiley gets it. Has a sea of white jerseys surrounding him, so not a lot he could have done there, and Chatton is looking to go the other way. Chatton gets it over towards Sheehan. Sheehan skies it towards the middle. Bright John, the first one there, uses his chest, bumps it up, but a nice play there from the Hawks to keep it going. McIlvain circles back, pushes forward again for Beals, and Beals gets it up towards Sheehan. Sheehan going one-on-one here with Rosano. Rosano playing good defense. Sheehan gets it over towards Chatton. Good progression here from the Hawks as they take their time and try and move forward. Hit over towards Joseph Sheehan, deflected by Blanco. Hit up towards McGarrigle. McGarrigle makes the right decision. A nice play there from Julian Young. And now Wesley Reich going the other way. Reich with the speed, looking to push forward towards Camardo. Camardo gets a rough touch on the ball. Physical play there from Reich. No call. Getting held from the back, and a whistle blows there.
I'm not sure which one that's going to be on, if it's going to be the first play from Reich there, or if it's Reich getting tugged and thrown down. Either way, a call is going to be on one or two of these sides.
It'll be on Julian Young from Haddon Township.
Yeah, I think there's a case made for the first one there, but it just isn't going to be obvious enough to call. They'll give it to the more obvious foul play, and the hope is on a free kick like this, you can secure the win in the first period of overtime just to get the game secured, get the pressure off of you, and go off your own home field with a win.
So Weitzel ready to kick this one away here for the Knights. Waiting for the whistle. And here it is. Weitzel raises the arms, kicks it towards the middle, gets it up, looking for a Knight, but nowhere to be found, and now the Hawks looking to go the other way. Beals, the first one to it, gets it to McIlvain. And a nice defensive play there from Weitzel, and now they're looking to go the other way. Rosano has the ball, kicking forward towards Weitzel. Weitzel gets the ball slowly towards him, and a nice deflection out of bounds there. Good defensive play from Haddon Township.
Rosano's been kind of a facilitator throughout this game, even though it hasn't gotten them any points yet. It could very soon do such a thing, because it's been pretty convincing throughout this overtime period that Rosano really wants it for this Sterling team.
So Sterling trying to push forward on the offensive side of the ball. This one hit towards Collins. Collins approaches the ball, gets it over to that outside, looking for Camardo. Camardo gets it over towards Reich. Reich trying to cross it in, gets it towards the middle, but a nice defensive play there from the Hawks once again, keeping it in. And now Chatton looking to go the other way. Sterling still trying to get some offensive pressure. He sends it on deep, looking for Beals. Bright John is there to meet him as well. Deflects off of Beals, so Beals has to keep it in bounds. Good defense here from Bright John to keep him towards the outside. Beals wins the one-on-one, but John takes it back. Says, give me back my crown, and he wins the one-on-one at the end of the day. Haddon Township trying to progress forward against this Sterling defense. Ortiz comes up and plays physical. So Sterling trying to making sure they don't foul here, especially in this time. It's very crucial that they stay composed, stay disciplined. A nice play there from Sheehan. Reich trying to pressure on that outside. Sheehan against Reich. This one goes from the top of the box. Sterling playing tight man-on-man defense. Has him at the top of the box. Coach is telling him to have it. Doesn't. This one gets over to McIlvain, but Collins is there to meet it first. This one progresses on. Hits off of Wiley. It looks like a good ball towards the middle. Big opportunity here for the Hawks. Schmid's out to save it, and a nice play by Schmid to close that one out. There's a ton of subs coming in here for the Knights. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Oh, and just wide. And that was the game right there. If that would have went in, golden goal rules, obviously a big opportunity there for Bradley.
It's a little more obvious from the other angle where he hits it kind of off the toe, rather than the laces can't quite curve it into that bottom right corner for the win. It's very costly. If you're, the Township player, you're looking at it, you're like, oh, that's right there. It's marginal, the difference between a loss and a win in a situation like that.
And that is the end of the first half of overtime. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back at you for 10 more minutes of Sterling Soccer.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me? Why?
Because. Are you going to hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? I never got it.
Tyler.
Are you from Fight Club?
Shh. You know the first rule.
Ten more minutes. 10 more minutes is all we need to decide a winner here in this game. And if winner cannot be decided, this game will go into a tie. So both teams looking to capitalize in this big divisional game. As I'm going to remind you quickly of the standings right now. Sterling on top of the division, 5-4-3 overall, 4-1 in the division. Haddon Heights, 4-3-1 overall, 2-1-1 in the division. West Effort, 7-4 overall, 3-2 in the division. Haddon Township, 4th in the division, 7-2 and 1 overall, 2-2-1 in the division. Haddonfield, 3-7-1 overall, 1-3 in the division. And Lindenwold at 5-5-1 overall, and 1-4 in the division.
We gotten to overhear kind of the hype around the Hawks, right? We had heard that they sound very energized and ready to win in this second period of overtime. Well, what we saw from Sterling, some of the players are trying to just kind of stay relaxed, stay calm, and I feel like that's the way you have to look at it instead of just assuming because they're kind of not they're not in a super tight huddle going crazy. It doesn't mean they're not energized. It means they're trying their best to keep their composure rather than go insane before you even win. You want to keep your composure, then let that release out once you've earned it. I feel like is going to be the mentality going into this back half of overtime.
So Township, as Max mentioned, definitely looked like the more energized team to really get out there and capitalize in these last 10 minutes, but Sterling definitely looked a lot more calm, cool, and collected. Ready to start this 10 as they break the huddle here. So 10 minutes. After 80 minutes of playing in the regulation and another 10 minutes of overtime in that first overtime, we still have yet to find a winner. And now is the time where we are either going to find out one of these teams is going to prevail over the other, or if this is going to end in a tie.
Now you got to think about it this way from Township's perspective. Technically, do you count this draw as the end of your 7-win streak, or do you put it in there as, listen, we're still unbeaten in the last 8 fixtures now?
Yeah, that's how I would think of it, especially as talented as this Hawks team is. You still want to keep your head up on a big, achievement like that. So here's this one's kicked away from Chatton. Nice play there from Ortiz, but definitely a bit of a miscommunication between him and Bleen. This one progressing forward here from Wiley. Shade on that side of the field, or on Sterling's side of the field. Actually, no, that is the Hawks side of the field. Excuse me. So shade on the Hawks side of the field completely. The sun is setting here. It's definitely getting a little colder outside as well. This one chipped towards the middle, looking for the cross, but could not prevail are the Hawks. The Hawks looking to still generate some offense here. There's a big opportunity on this side, and that one's kicked out. Julian Young could not collect it, and now Sterling's going to be given a free kick.
These goal kicks, I think, are most important in the late stages of a game because it gives you a lot of field to work with if you play them right. And I think if I'm Ortiz here taking this, if I'm in there, you have Rosano back here, right? Not much covering him. I would have tried to do a little shorter, get it to him, and have him build on the wing. Obviously, this isn't what they went for, but if I'm him, that's what I'm trying to aim for because they know he's consistent. He'll get something like that done.
So a nice play by Wiley on the slide tackle, but he kicks that one out. This one quickly thrown in there from Lamba. Sheehan with a nice little rainbow pass to himself. This one collected by McCarthy up top and looking to cross this one towards the outside, towards McIlvain, but cleared away there from Collins. He's done a great job today. Connor Maynard cannot get to the ball in time, so possession will stay in favor of the Hawks.
It's another instance of just the throw-in after throw-in here, and I feel like it's been from the end. Hey now.
Big shot there, deflected off of Collins, so a big opportunity nevertheless here for the Hawks. Wow, what a powerful shot there. Collins taking a bullet for Schmidt and net, but big opportunity, as I mentioned many times before here for the Hawks. Both arms raised up. They're getting ready to kick this one away. McIlvain looking across it towards the middle, looking for that back post. Keeping it up is Sheehan. A big opportunity, but a clearance there from the Knights. Great play. They're saying have it. He doesn't. He crosses it back to the outside. Nice play defense there from the Hawks. Oh my goodness. A nice defensive play there from the Knights. And the Hawks looking to go back and capitalize. A nice move there from Beals. Good clearance there from Ortiz, and Sterling looking to go the other way. He has Camardo on the far side, looking that way, kind of chipped. And a good job there from McGarrigle to make sure they could not advance much further. We're going to take a look at the corner kick.
I mean, it misses the post by a bit, but Schmidt with a risky play over top of the head of one of the Hawks players in the box tries to just kind of tip it out. It's a small punch out and just doesn't really go anywhere.
So across towards the middle, looking for Camardo, but a great defensive play there from Lamba. That one's going to stay in Sterling favor. Another nice play there from McIlvain. John keeps it in front. Maybe looking for a little bit of a give and go here with Maynard. Maynard takes it up himself. Maynard with a nice offensive play there, looking for Camardo. Can't prevail. Here's a big shot from Blanco, and that one sails over the crossbar. So a bit too powerful on that shot for Blanco.
I mean, it's a great build-up. It's a lot better build-up than we've seen in the first, I suppose, 90 minutes of this game.
Yeah.
And I think you got to keep up that pace. That can't be a flash-in-the-pan attack. You've got to keep up the pressure and the aggression in the latter half of this overtime periods that you have, because you don't want to end in a draw. I mean, that's still a lot of momentum for Township, a division rival they're up against. You don't want to go into double OT with the reputation of being able to win in that situation and then kind of lose that through a game against the same squad you beat them.
So a bit of a physical play there from McCarthy and a shove there from Rosano.
Now, back up. Back up. Wait.
So we're going to take a look at the physical play here. Definitely unnecessary on Rosano, as a yellow card has been awarded.
Yeah, Rosano got a little chippy there.
To Joseph Sheehan. And Rosano definitely no need for the chippiness at the end of that.
Sir.
His captain, Jesus Blanco, definitely wasn't very happy with that one either.
It's obviously things got a little heated there. It makes sense, you know, you can protect the teammates, but...
Well, not only that, and Max, we mentioned it before the game started, this game between these two teams, the first game of the season for both of them went into double overtime, where Camardo scored the game winner for the Knights. And this one, again, going into double overtime. So these teams have had super close tension between one another.
They've opened up this book before, and they did not like the ending. They're going to just try and skip those chapters, go right to the epilogue, because they don't want to hear any of the same ending go their way.
It was the dude that just came out.
So Blanco looking to play this one towards the box, gets it to the outside. Nicely cleared by the Hawks. Another opportunity here for Blanco. Looking to sky this one to the far post, looking for Rosano. This one kept in and skied over the crossbar. As they're calling for a tip, but I don't think it was, and that one was just skied right over.
I really think that obviously into the box was a good decision, but I think if you played it a little better, whoever he had on the close right to go on the wing outside of the box, maybe post, failure to cross it into the box off the free kick. Maybe you can build something there to cross it in from there rather than cross from the same spot, give Township another opportunity to prepare for there.
So Rosano was one-on-one there, and a physicality on Rosano.
They're being a little less lenient on him. They're being a little more close with him just because of the interaction they had before. So it's understandable. It's a little bit of a push there. They'll call it, but that I understand the call. At the same time, I don't. Obviously, I'm not the one making the calls for a reason. But it's just, from here, I feel like it's a little bit of a softer one compared to the other ones we've seen today.
So this one's sky towards that back line. Ortiz looks to make a play on it. This game definitely coming to its end here in second overtime. Bleem sends this one away. Looking for Camardo up top, one of the senior captains for this team. Gets it to the other one, Jesus Blanco. Blanco sends it away towards Connor Maynor. Connor Maynor looking to make a play. Tries to get it towards the middle. Looking for a shot on goal, and that one trickles wide on Feely.
I mean, I'm trying to see it from this angle here. I feel like this especially is the right angle. I'm pretty sure he had someone on that right side. No, he didn't. I was thinking he did there for a second. Excuse me.
So the weather is getting chilly here in the final moments of this game. The sun has completely set over the field, so it's all shade now for all these players. That's why all the playoffs games start at 2. We don't have lights on this field, unfortunately, like we do on the turf. And I mean, I don't know about Max, but I've been feeling chilly for the past couple of minutes now. It's definitely getting there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I made a mistake in the shorts.
Yeah, me too. That's an announcer's thing that we kind of live and learn. So a physical play by both McIlvain and Blanco. The refs say play on. This one progresses forward for Ortiz. Ortiz looking to weave his way around, trying to push more forward toward this midfield spot. He slips on the grass. And not McIlvain. The Hawks are going to have to be quick. As the substitution goes in here, Andres Santiago coming in the game for Julian Young.
Coach calling for Ethan, get his attention, try and make a play work with him involved. And I mean, you've only got so much time left. You got to do as much as you can to secure the point.
This one popped up. George Walters now in the game for the Knights. This one collected by Schmid. Schmid trying to quickly get this one towards midfield. This one quickly hit by McCarthy. Kept in by Lamba. Walters makes a nice play towards the middle, looking for Weitzel. Weitzel trying to regroup, send it back towards Wiley. Wiley chips it forward towards Blanco. Blanco making a nice play. Looking for Walters on that far side, trying to send it forward towards Camardo. Camardo moves his way around his defender. Camardo with a big opportunity here, trying to sky towards that back post. And nobody home. It's just a little too hard there for Camardo.
I'm looking at it from this side. It's a good physicality play. And imagine just a little more of a little steeper of a bend there.
Yeah.
That is a beauty of an attempt and would have been an even more gorgeous goal had it gone into that top left corner.
So 0-0 the score as we're nearing the final minutes of the second overtime here. Last game these two teams played in, it went into second overtime at the Haddon Township home. Looking for a foul there on Connor Maynard. Was not given. Now McIlvain going to go the other way against Reich. Reich playing some good press defense. This one can get it over towards Sheehan. Sheehan gets up towards McCarthy. And now the Hawks looking to go forward. That one cleared out by the Knights. They're calling for a tip, saying it was, and now it's going to be a Knights possession. Reich quickly throws it forward towards Blanco. A physical play there, whistle blown. Not sure what the verdict of the call is yet. As they're saying stop the clock here. There's a little bit of cramping on the field here.
That's another calf one.
I'm hearing around 30 seconds left from on the field, so we're definitely getting near the end of this one here, this contest between the Hawks and the Knights.
From where they're at, they've got a free kick on their side.
The next TV game will be next Tuesday, soccer versus Haddonfield, so we'll be right back covering the boys and their journey. That game starting at 3:45.
Yeah, I was saying, got a free kick on their end of the field here. This could be a game-winning opportunity if it's played right, but as we've seen from free kicks on both sides, whether it's right to the net or going to the box, it just isn't quite there.
So Sterling looking to capitalize here in this long game versus the Hawks. 6:17 the time here. This game starting at 4 o'clock approximately, so a bit over 2 hours worth of playing time here for both of these teams. Tired, been a lot of battling, but nevertheless we need to find a victor or this will result in a tie. Sterling has a free kick, as Max mentioned, on the Hawks side of the field. So Weitzel's going to want to take it, raises both arms, skies it towards the middle, looking for a Knight head, hits it off Ortiz, hits off of Bleem. Bleem gets pushed to the ground, and now the Hawks looking to go the other way. Nice defensive play there from Weitzel as he chips it forward, looking for Wiley. Cleared away by the Hawks. Ortiz trying to make a play on it. Dean Collins makes a great play, skies it forward. The Hawks trying to get some offensive momentum towards the end of this second overtime. Nice play there from Walters. Sheehan weaving his way through the defense, trying to take a shot on goal, and that one just skies over, and that is how this game is going to end. So we're going to take a look at the replay here. Big shot by Sheehan. The last shot of the game just goes over that side, and that is how this game ended. 0-0 the score. Thank you all for joining us on Sterling Channel 19. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Max Zuback, saying so long, and as always,